as this is truly a global event and we have guests from all over the world. And a very special welcome to all of our travel advisors, of course, our past guests, and our team members around the globe who have joined us today for this very, very special event and special celebration. Now, while the events of this year have been quite challenging, they have made us even more appreciative of the long-term relationships and trust that we have all developed over the past 18 years. So a heartfelt thank you for a wonderful 18 years. And it wouldn't seem right if we did not take a few moments and reflect on all the wonderful accomplishments and support that have helped us become the strong company we are today and really share our co-owners' vision for the future. Now, we do ask, this is a big celebration for us, for all of us here at AmaWaterways, but for many of you listening in, for those of you in Canada, happy Canada Day. And of course, if you're celebrating anything special today, please tell us and remind us under the comment section, and let's celebrate every occasion today. Let's celebrate each and every one of you on this webinar. And speaking of co-owners and co-founders, I'm so proud today to be joined by quite the lineup, starting with our inspirational co-founder and president, Rudy Schreiner. Hi, Rudy.
Hi, everybody.
Our inspirational and ever sparkling co-founder and executive vice president, Christine Karst. Hi, Christine.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining.
And of course, the charismatic co-owner and senior vice president of sales, Gary Murphy. Hey, Gary.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Rudy. Hi, Christine. Hello, everyone.
And of course, we do have behind the scenes our dedicated team of moderators. They're ready to answer any of your questions you may have. So feel free to ask away. And also keep in mind that this webinar, just like all of our other webinars, this will be recorded, it'll be archived, and it can be found in our travel advisor portal, of course, dedicated to our travel advisors, along with all the tools and resources they need to learn, market, and sell our wonderful product. We'll also send you a link via our thank you email and communication. But again, I'd like to start by showing and sharing this short video telling our story. Take it away. Now, it gives me great pleasure to turn it over to Christine and Gary for their opening remarks and welcome.
Oh, hello, everyone again. Whenever I see this video and celebrating our 18 years with you today, I'm having goosebumps right now. And we would not have come this far without you, our esteemed travel partners. You are the lifeline of our business. You are the foundation. I always say you are our extended sales force, our marketing arm. It's all about partnerships. And we want to celebrate 18 years together with you today. And we cannot wait to continue with this into the future. We all miss you. I mean, remembering all these wonderful cruises that we have done together, all these great femmes, the dinners, dancing, we all want to come back together with you. And that's the same with our crew and our captains and all our teams across the globe. Everyone who is here today, happy anniversary.
Thank you, Christine. When I look back at the years of working together, and I think about relationships, and I'm so thankful that 18 plus years ago, even longer, through working with my father, that Rudy had the opportunity of meeting my father and forming this relationship and starting this business. If I could walk in over to your room, I'd give you guys both hugs right now. But it's all about the relationships, and it's the relationships that we've grown our business upon, and it's also our relationships with our travel partners, our travel advisor friends. From the very beginning, we've recognized the importance of working with a travel advisor. Many of you know them as travel agents, but they do a great job of matching the right client to the experiences we offer. And our ships are there. The experiences are there waiting for you to share them once again. And we all look forward to be able to travel together with you again and experience those wonderful, cherished, building memories. So again, thank you for all joining us today. Rudy.
Perfect. Thank you, Christine and Gary. And Rudy, let's take a moment and go back to the beginning. So can you share with us your vision and how the dream started?
Now, the one thing you see here, 1975, yeah, me on a raft in the Peruvian Amazon. Yeah, I spent 7 months actually in the Amazon. Took us about 6 weeks to build this raft, and then 5 months on it. My first really true river cruise experience. Yeah.
Rudy, isn't there YouTube footage of you on this raft? And there's actually live footage of you paddling this raft.
Yes, there's live footage. Yeah, me and my Speedos, okay? 45 years ago. Yeah, good footage. So then actually what happened in 1992, I joined Uniworld. Uniworld at that time was Love Holidays. I was hired to start up new products. Uniworld was a motor coach company doing mostly motor coach tours to Eastern Europe. And with the whole terrorism situation in Europe going on, a lot of business changed. And so when I joined Uniworld, at the same time, the Rhine-Danube Canal opened up for the first time. Now, the Rhine-Danube Canal connects the Rhine River with the Danube, and it opened up the potential for river cruising with one ship through 15 different countries. Now, river cruising then was one of the 6 or 7 products I started to introduce at Uniworld, and Uniworld eventually changed from becoming a motor coach company into a river cruise line. And so it really grew year after year. And by the time I left Uniworld in 2000, Uniworld was a well-established river cruise line. And I left actually Uniworld to open Viking river cruises just down the street in Woodland Hills. I lived in Woodland Hills. I left Uniworld with about 15 people and opened today's headquarters of Viking River Cruises in 2000. And that's actually where Christine and I met, at Viking River Cruises. And I was here for about 2 years until actually Jimmy Murphy and I and Christine realized, we can do this on our own much better. So we eventually, after my 2-year contract expired, I actually wanted to start. And the interesting part is, I had a non-compete clause which ended on June 30th. So at midnight after June 30th, it means July 1, that's when I went online and incorporated our company, our River Cruise Line. So that's why we are celebrating today our 18th anniversary. So it actually happened right after midnight. So that's about.
Rudy, it's funny, if I interrupt you, Rudy, is that anyone coming into the San Fernando Valley always wonder, why are all the river cruise companies based in the San Fernando Valley, or we're out in Calabasas? It's because Rudy lived out in the area and started up all these companies. And we're all a stone's throw away from each other.
So this was how AmaWaterways was born, 2002, July 1st, actually midnight. And you all know Rudy was born in Vienna on the Danube River. I was born in Dresden on the Elbe River. So we are the children of the river, really have river in our blood. And this is how we had our dreams. We wanted to create the very best river cruise line that is out there. you know, putting our clients up front and center wherever it would be, and treat everyone the same way we wanted to be treated. And that has proven just to be the right concept until today. It is always you, our travel advisor partners, and your clients coming first. And we are here for you from the beginning to the end. Now, some of my fondest memories from those early days, you see us here actually working together on the table. That's in our office that we, you know, founded in Vienna, to be also in Europe at the same time. But in the beginning, we had one office in California. Rudy and I were sharing this office. Jimmy Murphy still had Brandenburg by vacation on the other side. And while Rudy would do everything from ship financing, ship construction, design, operations, I would do reservations, writing invoices still in Excel. Remember those days 18 years ago? We didn't even have an accounting system then. Would book the airline tickets through Brendan, which had an air department. And then, of course, after the office hours, would go out to really create our very first marketing pages, brochures, and then I would take off to visit, you know, our very first clients in the US. But one of the very first trips also brought me to Canada, to the East Coast. And I still remember I had called one of our very loyal travel advisors today. I don't know, Ineke, if you're on this call, but you know, it was cold calling in the beginning. So I found a Dutch name and called and asked if I could, you know, come to the office, and got a big no in the beginning. But persistency is so important. So I called a couple of times more. I got a minute to come in. And from this minute, you know, became a lifelong friendship and a great business relationship. It actually was an hour. And that's what happened with so many of you. And then, of course, later, I started to hire our salespeople, and most of them I found at trade shows, and it was always the spirit, the same core values that we would share with each other, the passion, you know, really the dreams to achieve something in our life that brought us all together. And that's how we are here together with our teams and with you, our travel partners. So let's go to the next slide. Happy Canada Day on top of it. And you see, I'm also wearing my red just because I'm so proud of the relationships we have established with all of you. Okay, now let's turn to the next. Okay, so, Gary.
We talked about relationships, and in the early on days of the company, we also formed a relationship with Australian Pacific Tours, or APT, out of Australia. And they introduced us into the Australia market, selling out of Australia and New Zealand onto our ships. And it was a great partnership with the McGeary family, and the partnership continues today. And it's always a benefit when you have different personalities working so well together. Next slide. The AmaDagio, the first ship that we built, and Rudy hasn't mentioned this, but Rudy is an architect by trade. And if you can imagine, when you're building a river ship, and the first ones, they could only be 360 feet long, 38 feet wide, and a certain height restrictions, and you had to design the ship using that space in the best way possible. And Rudy, you know, we had our French balcony ships, the AmaDagio, and spent hours. I remember seeing drafts paper, computers always changing around and delivering one of the most beautiful ships on the rivers of Europe, our first ship, the AmaDagio. Next slide. And as part of the process, now this is my mom christened the first ship. That's my mom in the center with my sister Susan, who's also on the board. And I just want to mention, we have 23 ships out in the rivers today cruising. And we've had a very pragmatic approach towards the development of the business. Rudy always didn't want to fall prey to over expansion. It was 1 or 2 ships a year. We could keep the company culture, and we could build it and build a position that we don't have any debt on these ships. And we're always criticized by financiers. Oh, money's cheap. Well, look at in today's environment, it's very nice not to have any debt on the ships, and they're beautiful ships. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. And as we continue this wonderful celebration, we'd like to share another short video with you. This time, we have a special greeting from our Basel office, as well as from some of our cruise managers.
Hi, I'm Wade, and I started with AMA in 2003.
Hi, I'm Leo, and I started with AMA in 2005. Together, we founded the European offices of AmaWaterways already 15 years ago.
And over those years, we have created an amazing and diverse team of cruise managers who have since become our family. And we love AMA.
And our cruise managers do too.
And now those cruise managers who started with us 15 years ago have a message for you.
Hi, I'm Debbie. I joined the AmaWaterways family in the year 2005. I was a young person full of dreams and plans, and this lovely family gave me the chance to make those dreams come true while pursuing the career that I prepared myself for. So after all these years, I'm still here, very proud and honored to be part of this family. So here it goes with lots of love. Happy birthday to you.
Hi, my name is John, and I've been with AmaWaterways since 2006. And I've stayed with AmaWaterways all of these years because I love this dynamic, caring, family-run company who are leading the way in river cruising. It was for sure the best career decision in my life. Happy birthday, AmaWaterways.
Hi, my name is Lilo. I joined AmaWaterways in 2005. And I've been with AmaWaterways all these years because everyone in the company shares my passion to make sure all our guests have the best possible experience. Happy birthday, AmaWaterways.
Since I was a child, the word vacation or holiday has meant fun, and this is something that I try and bring to every day of every cruise. Having met the owners of AmaWaterways too, and having seen Christine Cast's smile, having heard Rudy Schreiner's famous giggle, and having been part of some of Gary Murphy's practical jokes, I think I'm in the right place. It's been a pleasure, AmaWaterways. Happy 18th birthday, and here's to many, many more.
Wow. Wow. What a great video. And I can see Christine, I see you getting teary-eyed, but you know, I have to say we have amazing owners and leaders. We have the most beautiful ships on the rivers, but at the end of the day, it's truly our people, our team that makes the difference. It makes us truly the best river cruise company out there. So wow, glad you enjoyed that with us. But now, Gary, what can you tell us about the early beginnings and the startups with our UK sales division?
First of all, yeah, I am sort of emotional. I can't wait to see the rest of our family over in Europe. It's very sort of challenging not to be on the ships. I know Rudy and Christine feel the same way. It's a lifestyle. Many years ago, when Christine actually was in Canada, I believe, Christine, that's when you first met Fred Olsen. You went over.
Angie, it was our lovely Angie, and she met James actually at the CLIA show in Vancouver. And that was the start of our relationship with the UK. Yes.
And it was great that we met the Fred Olsen family, and they're our first sales agent over in the UK. And through that, we met the magnificent James Hill. Oh. And he helped us develop our product over in the UK very, very successfully. And then, you know, as through natural progression, we grew, we decided to open our own office, and we opened an office out in Guildford, and with a gentleman named Stuart Pearl putting it together. But now we have a great, Stuart has, you know, decided to retire or step down. And now we have a gentleman named Jamie, who is running the office over in the UK. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, Gary.
And it's great to see the further expansion of the company, but still keeping our culture and a relationship and the love for our product all together. Jamie, do you have anything to say?
I do. Thank you, Rudy, Christine, and Gary. On behalf of myself and the UK AMA family and all of our travel agent partners and guests from the UK and Europe, firstly, huge congratulations on your 18th anniversary. In spite of the evolution and innovation over the years, for me, what's really striking is that the one thing that hasn't changed, and that's the partnership and family values remaining at the center of everything that we do. And this certainly flows from you through the whole company, from our amazing onboard teams to those in our offices around the world. And I know that our guests love that they are treated like family when they step on board the ships. I'd also like to thank the ongoing support of all our travel agent partners and loyal guests here in the UK and Europe for helping us to get where we are today. We look forward to sharing our future with all of you. From my own personal perspective, I'm proud and honoured to be a part of the AMA family. And I know it's a busy schedule, but I just personally wanted to finish by saying, in this part of the world, the legal age to enjoy a glass of wine is 18. So what better way to mark reaching the 18th year milestone, a glass to your fantastic achievements and the wonderful partnerships that you've created over this time. So congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
That means so much to us.
So bicycles, we use this slide for our, showing about our bicycles. We're the first river cruise line to introduce bicycles on board our ships. And if you can imagine, we are always doing things in anticipation of what you're looking for in a travel experience. Christine first started pushing wellness on board and having a wellness host on all our ships long before it was as popular as today. But it's these types of experience that we anticipate delivering to you. And if you can imagine, all along the banks of the Rhine and the Danube and the Mosel, there's these beautiful bike paths. There's James there with Christine. The experience that you can actually ride from one town to the next. And now we've even developed even further that we have 2 biking guides that's with you at the beginning of the riders, and at the back we've introduced hiking, all these joyful experiences that you can share with us on our AMA River Cruise.
And there's really, and you know, seeing James, and of course have been with James here riding the bike, and that's the Seine River. That's about Les Andelys, this area. Just, you know, enjoying these experiences with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues. All of these things make life so precious, and really all these memories that we share today, looking at the pictures, we just, you know, want to have it and do it tomorrow again, right? All of us together.
You know what, Christine, I look between you and James, and that's Liz, who's at a national council with the company. And I don't know if she's okay with me sharing this, but she's expecting twins any day.
Yes. Yeah. So James, do you want to say a few words? Because I know once you met with Angie, then we met at World Travel Market in London, started a relationship with Fred Olsen, and I hope many of our Fred Olsen friends are here with us today. And you know, just something from your personal side.
I'd love to. Hello, Rudy, and hello, Kristin, and hello, Gary and Alex, and congratulations on 18 years in business. So that's 18 years since Rudy and Kristin sat round that round table. We've just seen it in the corner of Brendan Torr's office. And I think I've worked out, I think Rudy was just 50, just coming on 50 then. And Kristin, you were 25 and you're still 25, I think. And Gary, I think you were still at college.
You know, the wellness keeps me.
The wellness. So Gary, were you of drinking age at that stage? I really don't know.
I'm looking at myself right now. I definitely need a haircut.
Anyway, you had your dreams and your hopes and your plans, and above all, a determination to be the best on the rivers. And along with the Murphy family, from Jimmy's guidance, and that word was used in the slide about him, and now Gary's expertise, you've achieved this in every way possible. And it actually took me 4 years, so it's exactly 14 years ago, to get in contact and change my life. And I've had the honor to work with you and many of the amazing AMA family, and the privilege to be a guest on many of your ships over the years, along with my wife, Kate, and our family and friends, who've learned from you that success is based on hard work, commitment, attention to detail, and the importance of loving what you do. Am I still on camera? Have I vanished?
Well, yeah, we can still see you with the bicycle there, James.
Oh, that's okay. All right, that's so. There are many. Back again. There are many memories. I was asked to produce one. You can get nervous now. A highlight was a New Year cruise that Rudy and Christian hosted, and I think it was 2011 when the temperature was very low and the Danube had frozen over and the Main-Danube Canal had frozen. The locks were iced up, and Captain Jan was very worried, and he said the ships would get stuck in the lockhead. And the ships which were sailing from Budapest over Christmas heading for Amsterdam couldn't get any further than Regensburg, and yet you were somehow able to get the Amabella out of winter storage, where she just arrived in the Netherlands. You assembled a full crew, you loaded and provisioned the ship, and it sailed to the Main end of the canal, all over the Christmas holidays, where we and others joined before New Year. And Rudy and Christine, I remember celebrating New Year's Eve with you on the deck in Cologne with some fearsome Polish hooch, quite a few ladies in fur coats, and the locals setting off rockets over our heads. And it has to be said, just over our heads. Now, my grown-up children who were with me still remember that week as one of the best we ever spent together. And it's all thanks to your welcome, the dedication of your staff, and your creation, AmaWaterways. So here's to the next 18 years. And over here in England, it's 7 o'clock, so it's not too early to raise a glass to you. Cheers.
Cheers with a beer, right?
Yeah, it's a beer. None of this wine stuff, Jamie. You're a southerner.
Wow. So, and I think then came Gary, then you joined us, right? 2009, you came to join us from Brendan Worldwide Vacation, and you so proudly, continue to carry on the legacy of your dad, of the late Jimmy Murphy. And in the beginning of our company, we truly concentrated on getting started with all the home-based travel advisors, our home-based channels, entrepreneurs like us, who really had a big dream and still continue. This is such an important part of our family, all of you that have joined us and are home-based. Especially in those days, we are all home-based. And Rudy said in the beginning of the company, he actually wants to be the very home-based river cruise line. Now, we were just growing a little bit too much, and we needed an office then, and we needed everything. But now that we are all working from home, it's really working out greatly, wonderfully. And Gary came on board. You started actually with all the national accounts,
right? With
all the consortia. We started the relationships with Signature, with Virtuoso, American Express, and so many more. So Gary, thank you so much for being such a fantastic part of our family. And before I continue with the next, do you want to say something about?
Well, you know what? It's always a delight to be working with people you really like to work with, and have a job where it's really not a job. That we all come together and we share ideas and thoughts and deliver experience for our guests and our travel partners. It's really turned out to be a wonderful relationship, and I'm very grateful.
Yeah, and then 2009 was a great year from so many sides. We also went into the more exotic part of river cruising. After we started cruising on the Rhine, the Main, the Danube, tulip time cruises, the rivers in France, we wanted to really get out and offer you, our esteemed clients and partners, those wonderful Mekong river cruises through Vietnam and Cambodia. And our very first ship was the La Marguerite. And La Marguerite, a very, very small ship, not even 60 guests on board, became a huge success. And I think what it is, it's such an amazing culture. But most important, it's about the people again, right? It is the human being that really drives it all. And the people in Vietnam and Cambodia are so polite. They have nothing really. And they have so many more problems that we have, but we feel our small problems are big problems, and they only smile and move on. And they welcomed us with open arms, and we were able to open a very new world for you. experiences like the rickshaw and the trisha rides, making rice paper, going through the floating villages, seeing floating schools, discovering Udong, the biggest Buddhist center in Cambodia, where we all get blessings. It's just such a fascinating part of our business. And we also hope to be back to Vietnam and Cambodia very, very soon.
It's my favorite itinerary. I love that itinerary.
Yeah, and now we have our third ship there. We had La Marguerite. We continued with the Ama. Yes, the Ama Lotus, right? The flower, and of course now the Amadara. But also 2009, we started with our very first wine cruise, and this was with Jim Clendenin, the owner of Obong Climat in the Central Coast area of California. We knew how much our guests enjoyed the delicious fine wines with lunch and dinner. And wine is a culture, and it's bringing friends and family together. So we wanted to do more and offer you wine experience cruises with a special wine host that would bring wine, the history, and everything to life. And we would take you to additional wine excursions to all these old medieval wine cellars, in Austria, in Germany, in Hungary, and in France, of course. So from the first wine cruise in 2009, and I hope many of our travel partners are on this webinar as well, because there are so many wonderful ones. We have now continued and offer more than 70 wine experience cruises today. Wine and food is the #1 theme in the world. We all enjoy it. And there are so many, many more fans coming and want to come on board and learn more about. So let's continue on to the next one.
Absolutely, Christine. We actually have a very special guest, Leslie Sabraco. Now, Leslie is a wine expert, of course. She's a TV personality and was one of our most popular wine hosts last year on our beautiful Alma Magna. So she's here joining us to say hello.
Oh, thank you for the nice delights and surprises. Hello, Leslie.
Hello, Christine. Hello, Rudy. I think I'm having an issue with my camera, so I hope you can hear me to the wonders of technology. But just imagine that I am here in beautiful Sonoma County, California, with a glass of sparkling sect in my hand to toast to you both and the entire AmaWaterways team, and wearing my AmaWaterways beautiful blue shirt. So unfortunately, I'll just have to put your imagination to use and tell you that I am here to toast you and say what a treat it is to have been part of the AmaWaterways team for the past few years and lead quite a few people on 2 different wine cruises, including my film crew, because you are sponsors of my national PBS series, 100 Days, Drinks, Dishes, and Destinations. And we had the joy of filming on a wine cruise that I was a wine host on as well. And you can see the beautiful footage in our shows of sailing along the Danube, and it, you know, really brought to life the joy of river cruising. And you know what I found as a wine host, because I also brought a group back in November of last year, a large group back on the Alma Magna. And I can't even tell you how many of those wine lovers and food lovers said this was the best vacation they've ever had. They adored the staff. They adored everybody from AmaWaterways, and I think that's what, you know, the theme today is, that's what makes it so special, and it truly does. Everybody's heart is there, and making sure that the guests are having such a fantastic time. And when I would lead wine sessions, the interest level, you know, was just what touched me. Everybody really wanted to learn, as well as having a great time and drinking fantastic wine. And that's something that you know, nobody does like AmaWaterways, which is sharing the table with fantastic food and wonderful wines, and really bringing to life the joy of eating and drinking and traveling.
Oh, thank you so much, Leslie. And I'm dreaming right now about sitting together with you, all our friends, sharing a glass of wine and seeing the beautiful vineyards and castles passing by. All right.
Well, I am raising a glass. Actually, I'm raising two glasses since you can't see me. You don't know. I'm raising two glasses to both of you. Congratulations on 18 years, and may there be another 18 and 18 beyond that and 18 beyond that. So cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm talking about our first twin balcony ships, I gather. And it was, where was it, Rudy? Was it in Paso Robles? No, it was in San Ynez, when we're all together, when you started drawing on that napkin your new ideas of ship design with the twin balconies. Wasn't it at one of our meetings up there?
With a glass of wine, huh?
With the
I'm
glass
not
of
sure
wine.
if you were there. I think maybe I was throwing it somewhere in Europe before.
Well, one of the beauties is in 2010, they allowed the river cruise lines to go from 360 feet in length to 410 feet in length. No, 443 feet. 443 feet in length. And Rudy's idea was, the clients today want larger cabins. They want additional dining space. They just want more comfort. Most of the clients were coming from the ocean cruises, and they wanted bigger cabins. And Rudy came up with the idea of a twin balcony, where you have a full balcony where you can sit outside and enjoy the experience, and a French balcony, which is to the right, which is really sliding glass doors with a barrier with railings on the outside, stopping you from falling into the river. And the beauty about having this type of design is you can open it all up if you want to, or you can just go outside and close the door behind and keep that environment from coming in. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful experience. And we're the first company to come out with these twin balcony designs. It's worked very, very well. And I think, we have many, many sister ships with this same design.
I mean, here, one more little thing here. I also have to give some credit to our Australian partner, Jeff McGeary. Whenever I cruise with Jeff, all we did is we were rearranging cabins, looking at ships, running from ship to ship, looking at the floors and so on and so on. So I think he also was very much into the whole creation of the twin balcony. I think came during that period. Where's the future? Jeff was very, very good always in trying to come up with creative ideas too, and it was great. A really wonderful time working with him on new ideas. So Jeff, thank you very much for this kind of input.
Next slide.
Wow, and of course, our Africa program, the ultimate in luxury. Now, Rudy and I have been partners for so long. We then decided to get married in early 2011, and our honeymoon brought us to Africa. It's the southern part of Africa, a continent we always wanted to explore together. So I actually said, I do not want to have a river cruise as part of my honeymoon, because for the very first time, I want to divide business and pleasure and personal life. Little did I know that Rudy would sneak in a small ship.
Actually, I asked her if we can spend a couple of days on the ship, and she said absolutely no. But I asked and you get this week moment. And she said, okay, honey, let's do it. So we ended up spending 2 days on the Zambezi Queen. And by chance, actually, the owner was here, and also the architect of the ship were there. Totally by chance, by accident.
Right.
You know how it always happens, always by chance. And
so Christine loved it so much that she said, we have to put that into our next year's program. So that's how the whole thing started.
So I fall in love with Africa, like everyone who has been there is falling in love with the people, the animals, the beautiful nature all around. And that was in May. And in October, we had our very first Africa brochure out. Of course, we are not waiting. We just move ahead. And I can say this program, and the Zambezi Queen only holds space for a maximum of 28 guests. It is where 4 countries meet: Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Namibia, 1.5 hours away from Victoria Falls. It is the ultimate program. We were sold out the last few years. Obviously, right now, we also had to suspend cruising there. But again, we cannot wait to come back and to continue. And hopefully many of you will want to discover this beautiful part of Africa in the future with us. And AmaCerto, okay. So now, when we started with our long ships, first AmaBella, AmaVerde, AmaCerto, food was always, the culinary delights is always important for us, for Rudy, for Gary, for myself. We love to eat, it's part of our lifestyle, right? And Rudy became a member of the chain de Rotisseur, and we really felt we want to create additional dining experiences on board our ships, complimentary, free of charge, so no cover charge for these fine dining venues. So the very first Chef's Table restaurant started in 2012, and you see our chef actually preparing behind glass a beautiful tasting menu for you and our guests. And today, every ship where we are cruising has a Chef's Table restaurant, including our ships on the Mekong, including our newly built Amadalia on the Nile River in Egypt, which will start in September 2021. And of course, you see this wonderful cuisine here, but it's not just important to serve you the most delicious cuisine on board all our ships, but also it should be healthy, right? Very organic. We get a lot of produce from the local towns where we are cruising through. We have a little organic herb garden on board our Ama Magna, and our clients really, really enjoy our fantastic cuisine on board. And then I think, Gary, back to you.
Yes. Well, it's a good segue from the cuisine. Berlitz, they're famous for their travel guides. They went on, unbeknownst to us, they went on 325 different river ships. And they rate all the different river ships by different categories: cabin size, cabin design, the facilities that you have on board, the culinary aspect. And AmaWaterways took, in the top 10 spots of all those 325, we took 6 of those spots. And then we also took like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But what we really differentiated us was the culinary aspect. And Rudy recognized from the very beginning, if you deliver the best culinary experience possible, all other aspects, the sightseeing tours everyone enjoys better, they enjoy their cabin better, they enjoy the cocktails were better. So it's all a very much intrinsic part of our operation. Next slide. And what we found is by really always trying to achieve the best and not, it's not negatively impact our product by cost consciousness. It's about delivering the best product we can. That we've won, American Express has recognized us for the best river cruise line. AAA has recognized us as best river cruise line. Virtuoso. We have all these different organizations. ASTA has recognized us as best American Society of Travel Agents. And we work hard to compete in this arena to ensure that we're giving the best travel experiences for our guests on board and for our travel agency partners.
But I also want to say back to the human connection, and
yes.
You saw some of our cruise managers earlier. You saw Wade and Leo from our Basel team, our UK team. I think that's the Ama magic. In addition to all the innovation, we work towards the same goal. We are one family, we work with each other, and we share the same passion. And that really, really creates these wonderful partnerships, friendships, and this is how we go into our future.
I mean, if you think about it, Rudy, when you made the decision not to have any frozen fish on board many years ago, about I want everything fresh, I think it drew everyone crazy because we had to develop a relationship with every fishmonger along the river. But again, it's those touches that differentiate our product.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. What great information. And now it's actually time to hear from you, our global audience. So we have a polling question for you. And the question is, what is your favorite AmaWaterways innovation? Of course, aside from the people, is it the bicycles on board, the complimentary bicycles on board, our complimentary high-speed Wi-Fi, our variety of included shore excursions, or the chef's table, our specialty restaurant, which is also included? So again, is it the bicycles, the Wi-Fi, the shore excursion, or the specialty restaurant? So please, answer away, and we will share the results momentarily. We'll give it a few more seconds here to get more answers, and I think we have the results. Sonia, you want to share the results? There we go. Okay, I actually see them. So actually 62% of you said the variety of included shore excursions, while 22% said the chef's table, specialty restaurant, 13% bicycles on board, and 3% said complimentary high-speed Wi-Fi. So thank you so much. Okay, moving right along. Next slide, please. So now we have a few words about our mentor, our leader, also known as the godfather of river cruising, of course, Rudy Schreiner. Definitely a proven leader, pioneer. Rudy spent decades helping to really elevate the river cruising experience to its current position, and as one of our most popular segments of the global tourism industry. Again, Rudy proudly has received many, many awards, but one that we're very proud of was the CLIA's Lifetime Achievement Award, and he was actually inducted into CLIA's Hall of Fame. So again, congratulations, Rudy. We're all so very proud of you. Now also, AmaWaterways has been a proud sponsor and an active member of CLIA in the United States and UK. And actually here to say a few words about CLIA, we have CLIA's VP of Industry and Trade Relations and a good friend to all of us here at AmaWaterways, Charles Sylvia. Charlie, take it away.
Hey, Charlie, you better tell everyone what Alex does now. He was just.
Yes. He's serving in an incredible role. And Alex, thank you so much for having me on. Rudy, Christine, Gary, congratulations on 18 magnificent years. You know, with all that you've accomplished up to now, it's unimaginable all you'll continue to accomplish in the years ahead. I have to tell you, some of my fondest memories have been aboard AmaWaterways, and you know, as we work toward rebuilding this industry, and I'm working night and day and around the clock, and I have to tell you, I look back and I actually play YouTube videos of a lot of the experiences that we had together on the Ama Christina, and just it means a lot. And some of my most, from a personal standpoint, most memorable travel experiences of my entire life have been aboard AmaWaterways vessels. So thank you for that. Thank you for your contribution. And I just want to say that I always hear, you know, you were talking about California being the home of so many river cruise operators. And it only makes sense because California is the home of innovation. And when I think of you, Rudy, as the godfather of river cruising, I also, you know, I always refer to you as the Steve Jobs of river cruising, because, you know, talk about a visionary who's broken all the barriers and just innovated the industry and led. So it was a very proud moment for all of us at CLIA when we inducted you in 2016 into our CLIA Cruise Industry Hall of Fame as a Lifetime Achievement Award winner. So that was an honor for us to do. I also, and Gary, thank you for mentioning it about Alex. For all of the travel advisors on this call, you may not realize, I mean, we all know what role models AmaWaterways, what a role model AmaWaterways is in terms of being a friend and a supporter, unwavering supporter and champion of travel advisors throughout the world. Well, what you may not know is that the leadership of AmaWaterways has so generously lent to me and to CLIA the services of Alex Pinello as chair of our CLIA Trade Relations Committee. So Alex works with all of the cruise line leaders from all 33 ocean-going cruise lines and 17 river cruise operators around the world, and he helps to represent all of you and your interest as travel advisors. So thank you across the board, and really what an opportunity it is for travel advisors to be able to be affiliated and represent this magnificent company and its products.
Yeah, thank you very much, Charlie. Thank you so much for that.
Cheers! Cheers with a glass of Guinness.
With a great Guinness. And I have to say, Alex, congratulations to you again. I could not think about a better person, because you combine a wealth of both ocean and river cruise experience. And we were very, very lucky when we got you 3 years ago now, right?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Christine and Rudy, and of course, Gary. As we move along here, this next event is also very, very special to all of us, but especially to Christine Karst, as in 2017, Christine proudly christened her namesake ship, the beautiful Ama Christina. Christine.
Yeah, what many of you might not know, the Ama Christina, that was our 15th company anniversary, and the ship was supposed to be built for the Elbe River in Germany, where I grew up. But then with the drought, the climate change, Rudy really asked me not to consider the Elbe, but to move this ship to the Rhine River, which I gladly, of course, said yes, because I never want Rudy to get stomach ulcers, right? So it was a tough decision, but it was the right decision. And in 2017, we christened this beautiful ship, and it was such a special moment because I had so many of our esteemed industry godmothers on board with us. You see, of course, Jackie Friedman, president of Nextion, Michelle Fee, founder, CEO of Cruise Planners. We have Gary's sisters, Susan and Sharon here. We have Brenda, who was then the VP Trade Relationships with the Canadian Automobile Club. Again, happy Canada Day to you, Brenda, today. And, you know, so many more who came. I know, Charlie, you were on this ship together with us, and, you know, we had the most beautiful day in Lahnstein, one of our exclusive ports, where we take you also to Lahn Castle, a beautiful small group tour. But what I'm mostly proud of also with Ama Christina is that this ship was the very first one who got the Green Award, was certified with this award that is really given to ships with the best emission, where really everyone is acting extremely responsible when it comes to fuel, to waste, to all of this, using the resources. And now today, all of our European ships have earned the Green Award. And I don't know, Rudy, if you want to say something about this.
No, I want no. I mean, it's kind of run by the Dutch government. So ships in the future with Green Awards have certain advantages where they can dock and what they can do. So that's all. Let's move on to the wellness host, because we are kind of running slowly, a little late. It's already.
We are also passionate about everything, right? So you all know wellness is extremely important for all of us. It has become part of our lifestyle. We want to live longer. So for this, we were the first ones to welcome a dedicated wellness host, our Selena, on board the Amalura 2017. And she has created a wonderful wellness program on board all our ships, including the Mekong River, starting with morning stretches, yoga, core sessions, 6 dedicated wellness classes throughout the day, including line dancing if you want to do this with us. So we are very, very happy and proud of this. And yeah, let's go from here into our next one. We welcomed 3 ships in 2019.
Okay, and I'll take over here. So here you see on the far left the golden Amaduro. Douro means the golden river, so the golden ship on the Douro. On the far right, you can see the Ama Magna. Now, the Ama Magna was a project that was for many, many years on my mind. The Ama Magna is double as wide as all our other ships and can only sail on the Danube from the Black Sea all the way up into Germany. And the locks on the Danube are twice as wide as on the Main-Danube Canal. So the ship really is dedicated totally to the Danube. Staterooms are 350 square feet, about 80% of them. We have the large suite with 710 square foot. And what was so fantastic about it, it was a new challenge. Kind of, we got old building the same 135 meter regular ship anymore. So this was really a long-term project, and was finally, when it came out in 2019, it was a fantastic feeling to have the ship out there. And I think everybody who has been on this ship really loves it. It has 4 dining rooms. It has a beautiful wellness area with 2 massage areas and so on. And it's an absolutely wonderful ship with, I mean, you can see here on the far right, the standard cabin, yeah, standard stateroom, 350 square feet. You can see on the top left, the bicycles in the back, yeah. Wonderful cuisine. And like I said, it is a joy being on board. It has a big movie theater also, and several other new features. So
2019, we also started with our first loyalty appreciation river cruise. We always love to welcome back our guests, our past guests, and thank you to you, our travel partners, for bringing your guests back to us, ship by ship, river by river. We have now about 5,500 loyalty members. We have a special Facebook page that you can share your special memories, your pictures, you can share advice. And I know this page is always very busy because so many look for your advice there. So we are so happy to recognize and thank our past guests with up to 5 departures each year that are specially selected and enhanced with our curated experiences, and of course an onboard ceremony to recognize our most loyal guests. So we would love to hear from you via YouTube, via Facebook. And now it's my time to introduce Lorna, because Lorna, you have been on how many cruises with us? Welcome, Lorna.
We had 3 booked for this year that have been rescheduled for next year. So we're looking forward to those.
Lauren and I cruised together over New Year's.
Oh, we did. On the Ama Magna, it was fantastic. I loved it. So New Year's cruises are wonderful. I recommend them. So thank you so much for this opportunity to join you today. I was so honored to be invited and share one of my favorite memories, which was very difficult to choose. I have so many from all of our cruising. But last year, my husband, Ray, and I sailed on the Ama Christina for our anniversary. We were on the Tulip Time cruise and had an absolutely wonderful time. Our anniversary is April 27th, and that's also Koningsday, which is the King's birthday, and it's a huge celebration in the Netherlands. It's a national holiday, so we were very honored to share the King's birthday that day. The Ama Christina docked in Rotterdam, and Ray and I chose to go on the Delft tour, and it was just so much fun. The walking tour, being it was Koningsday, everybody was celebrating, everybody was wearing their orange, as you can see we are in these pictures. That's the color of Holland, the House of Orange. And then we went to the Delft factory, and I was lovingly gifted this beautiful piece to take home from the original Delft factory. When we came back to the Ama Christina, docked in Rotterdam, we had been invited to join the captain at the captain's table for dinner. And so after having a cocktail in the lounge with the captain, our amazing cruise manager, Betty, and 6 other guests, we were escorted to the captain's table, where we had a fabulous meal, absolutely delicious, impeccably served. I grew up in a very formal Dutch family, so, you know, service is important to me. And we all enjoyed that. We enjoyed socializing. And then all of a sudden I heard the music. And for those of you who've been on an AMA cruise before, you know that means there's an anniversary or a birthday. So I look over my shoulder and here comes our amazing maitre d' carrying a beautiful cake, absolutely gorgeous, decorated. The bakers on AMA ships are fabulous. I eat too many sweets when I'm on board. They presented it to us. And what I was really impressed with was each of the crew members, prior to going back to their stations, actually came over and shook our hands, congratulated us, and then we shared this delicious cake with everyone at the table. So it was an absolutely amazing memory. This year, because of COVID-19, we couldn't go out and celebrate. So we decided to recreate that if we could. So I still have our cards from the captain's table. So I put them out and set it with our china and crystal and had a meal. Mind you, not as good as the one we had last year on the Ama Christina. But that created such a wonderful memory. We wanted to recreate it again this year. So like Leslie, I live in Northern California. So of course I have a glass of sparkling. And I'd like to offer Ama, Rudy, Christine, Gary, and all of the AMA family, which now I feel are my family too, a very happy 18th anniversary. And I want to tell you that AMA truly means love, and you're in my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Lorna.
Thank you so much, Lorna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lorna. Thank you. And speaking of our captains, I mean, we do truly love our captains, and they help make our cruises so memorable for our guests. They really bend over backwards to ensure our guests are safe and really have the vacation of a lifetime. So here we have a special message to share from a couple of our captains from Ama Lira and Ama Mora.
Today, we're celebrating a special birthday, the 18th year of AmaWaterways. I wish you happy birthday, send you love and kisses. Soon we will be back together. We love you.
Ik feliciteer AmaWaterways met het 18-jarig bestaan. I'm René and I'm the captain of the beautiful ship, the AmaMora. And I will all wish you a wonderful day on this special occasion. And I hope to have the privilege to sail with many of our wonderful guests in the near future again. Loving greetings from Amsterdam.
Wow.
Okay, moving right along. Rudy and Christine, what's in store for the future?
So here you see the hull being slowly raised or lifted down to the water. The Ama Siena and Ama Lucia, both these ships, the hulls were built in Romania. The Ama Siena actually was supposed to start already in July of this year, but due to COVID-19, shipyards were shut down, it was closed, service was, so the ship is still right now in the final stage of being finished. The Ama Lucia on the other side, currently the hull is on the water, moving from Romania up to Holland. So it was put down into the water about 3-4 days ago, and it's right now on her way up there. It will take about almost 4 weeks to get from Romania up to the Netherlands. Then it goes here into the shipyard and it's being finished here. And the Ama Lucia will start in the spring of 2021. Hopefully, COVID-19 will not cause too many delays and so on, and everything in Europe will move on fast. Yeah, and here is coming also the Amadalia in Egypt. We started looking at this project last year with our new Egyptian partner. The ship is well under construction right now. and working with the Egyptian architects, interior architects. We are finalizing all the details. You see a couple of pictures here, which have been revised since then, so it looks a little different. But this is an absolutely wonderful destination. Yeah, Christine and I, 11 years ago, we were in Egypt to start building a ship, and that was a few weeks before the revolution. So everything got delayed for almost 10 years. But we are looking forward to going back to Egypt. It is a magnificent destination. So, and now.
Yeah, well, we all know how important it is to stay connected in these times, in these days. It is all about engagement. So many virtual webinar sessions, town halls, sip and sail hours, cruise nights we are doing together. But it is important because your clients are looking at you. You know, we all are here to inspire, to see that there is a silver lining, there is a tomorrow, there is so much pent-up demand coming. And so it is important that you check out our travel advisor portal for all the new updates. Once we can start cruising again, we really invite you all to come over to explore one of our cruises. Please come and look at our AmaWaterways Facebook pages, our YouTube channels. We have actually recently uploaded more than 41 videos to keep everyone dreaming about our river cruises. We have done more than 1,000 town hall meetings, virtual cruise nights, coffee and sip and sail hours, and we will continue to do so. I know I hear sometimes, you know, some are tired of this, but no, being tired means we would give up, and we will never give up. We are strong, and we are here to stay together. So AMA means love. Again, we want to share all these memories into the future, but we want to come back and celebrate with all of you. And I can guarantee you, once we are all back together, the rivers and AmaWaterways will throw you the very best celebration. So to you, our travel partners, we want to thank you. And we wish everyone, and especially those ones also celebrating birthdays and anniversaries today. And I hope many of you are on. I know it's Barbara's 43rd birthday, Candlex Travel, birthday, actually company anniversary. And I was kidding this morning. I thought, Barbara, you started your travel agency when you entered elementary school. But I think travel keeps us all young and healthy. And so to continued good health and many, many wonderful new river cruise memories in the years ahead. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Plancha.
Cheers. Cheers.
Prost.
Prost.
Thank you so much. And so our story continues as we look forward to welcoming you, many of you, on board one of our beautiful 25 ships sailing on 13 rivers. Thank you for celebrating with us and helping us celebrate such a special event, our 18th year anniversary. And now I'll turn it over to Rudy, Christine, and Gary for their final remarks.
You go first, I go last.
Rudy doesn't want me to have the last word, right? So I will then go first. And again, enough said. I don't know if there are any questions. I know we have now more than an hour taken of your valuable time, but I feel whoever wants to stay with us, we can still answer maybe some questions. Again, you know, the rivers are here for all of us, and we are waiting patiently for you and your clients to come back, no matter if this is in September, October, during Christmas time, next year. We are here for you, and we want to thank you again for the amazing partnership during the last 18 years, and we hope into the next 18 years. Thank you so much.
And then Gary, and I have the last word.
Okay, I just want to say, we, the whole entire AMA family, look forward to creating new memories with you on our ships. Once we start cruising again, we welcome you on board. Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, we have been going through some challenging times, but we have been many times going through challenging times. And there's always a bright future ahead. So we are really looking forward. Things might change, little things might change here and there. Yeah, but that makes life interesting again, where you don't know exactly where you're going. So it creates new challenges. Who knows how the ships will look in the future? Yeah, but one thing you can be assured, when you are cruising with us, you'll be in a very safe environment. Yeah, so great to have you all. Thank you so much for celebrating our birthday with us. Yeah, and I wish you all the best. And hopefully I see all of you on board again many, many times. Thank you.
Thank you.
I never do this.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.